Welcome to this Yin Yoga and Meditation online practice. My name's Karina and I'm going to be guiding you through this 45-minute sequence. Let's begin. So come and find for yourself a comfortable upright seat. You could have your eyes opened or closed. You could have your palms turned up or down. Whatever you prefer. And just give yourself a moment here to begin slowly settling in. And starting to become a bit more aware of your breathing. If it's helpful, you could place your hands on your body. One on the heart, one on the belly, and feel that breath. Just take a couple of slow exhales here. Allowing yourself to arrive. And then bringing your hands into prayer at the heart center. Taking a breath in and exhaling out through the mouth. Welcome. Namaste. So if you're practicing at home, you might like a couple of cushions or blankets or things to support you. The first thing we're going to do is come and sit in butterfly. So we'll have the feet out in front together. You could sit up on something if it's helpful. You could have your feet far away or close in, all dependent on what you feel in your body and what you prefer. So if you've got those cushions or blankets handy, it's good to have them close by. You might like them out in front. If you've got yoga props, you might use a bolster and a block. And then settling into your bones. I'm going to take a breath in. And as we start to enter into this forward fold, on a breath out, just let your head begin to melt forward. Slowly inviting your spine to follow along with the head. And it might be that you settle down into some of those props or cushions, or you might feel comfortable to just hang forward. It's often nice to start with a little bit more tucked under your body. And then if over time there's a shift in your tissues and in your headspace, you might take things out. In this shape, you might be feeling a bit of a broad yin stretching sensation, possibly in the inner thigh area, possibly also, or in your outer hip area, and along your back. It'll probably be concentrating somewhere specific along your back. It might be a bit more felt in your lower back or your upper back. It's going to depend on your body. It's important that the position doesn't feel like you have to tense up to handle the amount of sensation. So if you're finding that that's happening, just build up a few more props under your body, and this should take some of that intensity out. We're looking for a place where the breath can still be smooth. Along the way, you might make adjustments to your props. Something under the head, perhaps, and then settling back into your shape. Now, if in this video you like a lot more time in each yin shape, please feel free to pause the video and stay for longer, and then join us again when you're ready. If you need to come out of the shape earlier, that's also totally fine, and you could come out of the shape and make your way down to the floor and take a little extra time in your rebound, and then we'll meet you there. And there's about a handful of breaths left here in our butterfly. Feeling the inhales and the exhales come and go. When the time feels right for you to start coming out of the shape, just move very slowly, especially if this has been quite strong through your back. And you can slowly begin to unroll your spine. Ease your way back up to sitting. And then feeling into what that moment is like when you sit. We're going to try and find a really restful rebound position. So it's common to come all the way to the floor, because that can be where it's most effortless. Sometimes after a forward fold, the lower back can feel like a real spreading ache appears when you lay down. So you might like to walk your feet up onto the floor and rest your knees together. And just give yourself some time for that sensation in the body, the rebounding sensation, to dissipate as you breathe. Feel free to hug the knees into the chest for a little bit if that would feel good. And then bringing the feet down onto the floor, just slowly roll yourself up to sitting once again. Gathering in whatever props you're using and bring them close. And we're going to lay back over our props. Now, if you've got a block, having it under your shoulder blades is a great position. You might simply just have one long cushion or one long bolster that you have along your spine that you lay back over. If you've got a block and it's under your shoulders, have something there to rest your head on as well. So after forward folding in our butterfly, we're just taking the body back in the opposite direction, inviting a little bit of space through the chest without any muscular effort. And depending on where you arrange your arms, you might feel a bit of a yin broad stretching sensation through the muscles of your chest and fronts of your shoulders. Letting the whole back of your body sink down, exhale by exhale, into whatever you can feel holding your body from beneath. This might be a nice time to invite a little wash of softness to travel down through your face as well, through your jaw, and down along your throat. Resting down into each exhale. And then we're going to slowly roll off these props. Take your time. Clear them out from beneath you. And we'll take a few moments resting against a consistent surface, so the floor. Allowing that to settle. We're going to cross the right leg over the left now and take the body into a twist, shifting your hips a little to the right as the knees melt across to the left, sometimes called twisted roots. Knees don't have to touch the floor. We're passively allowing the spine to twist. So go ahead and arrange your legs however would feel most comfortable for your body and your joints. So you could stack your knees together, you could have the bottom leg out straight, you could tuck something under your top knee, and the right arm simply opens back behind you. Left hand could rest on the right leg, or just let your arms rest wherever they want. It's possible that you might be feeling a bit of that yin broad stretch happening around the outer right hip here. Some people also feel that stretch travel up through the front, sides and back of the trunk, all the way up to the fronts of the shoulders again, even into the neck if you've got your head passively rolled to one side. You can go ahead and continue playing with that feeling of using your exhalations to help your body get heavier. Resting down, sinking down into the floor. You could take your time here or slowly roll out as an offering to window wipe the knees a few times. And then settling into a rebound. going to go straight into that on the opposite side. So crossing left leg over right, shifting the hips a little to your left, knees melting across to your right. We're going to work backwards through the sequence, balancing out the opposite side of the body. So we've just returned straight away to this floor-based twist. So ease yourself into this second side. Moderate the legs. Let your arms be comfortable. And then resting down into the floor. And when you're ready, slowly begin rolling out of that. And again, you might wish to window wipe your knees a few times to ease out your spine, your legs. And then find for yourself a position for momentary rest as we let that rebound. Just add in any movements that would feel good for you. Could be hugging knees to chest again. You might even like something like Happy Baby, rolling around a little on your back from side to side. Moving with a little bit of intuition. And then bringing yourself up to sit once again. So we're going to splice in Dragonfly here. So we're coming to sit once again and taking the legs a little bit wide. If you sat up on something for Butterfly, you might choose to sit up on something here. Have your props handy. Heavy legs, relaxed feet. Settle into your bones and then breathing in. And as you breathe out, just like we did for Butterfly, we're going to let the head roll forward. Hands can find the floor, and depending on where you feel that strong resistance in the body coming from your tissue's natural ability to give, build yourself up on some props at that point, or even a little bit before that point. You could even come up onto your elbows and rest your head into your hands. The regions of the body likely to be felt in this shape are the inner thighs, the hamstrings, so underneath both legs, and then depending on how much the upper body comes forward, you'll probably be feeling something through the back as well. It's important that you pay attention to how strong this feels in your body and seek out a place where your breath can still flow in and out without any strain, where you don't feel like you have to contract your body muscles to protect yourself because it's too strong. And that's going to be different from body to body. Settling into your breath. Remember, you can always stay longer or shorter, depending on when you feel like you have had enough or when your body needs rest. And if now feels like a good time to come out of the shape, take it slowly. You might even choose to just sit for a while. And then you can seek out for you a rebound that's effortless. If you've got a cushion or a bolster handy and you like to have that under your knees, that's also a lovely thing to do after a forward fold if you feel that lower back area just needs some support whilst it's rebounding. And then slowly coming out of your rebound, and we're going to come up to sitting. And we're going to move into some meditative parts of the practice now. So get comfortable, sit on a cushion if you like. Just feel this new position that the body's in after being on the floor for so long. We're going to do some breath work together. We're going to do a few rounds of alternate nasal breathing. So we're going to bring your dominant hand up toward your face and close it down into a fist. And then peel open your thumb and little finger. If you've got a more traditional hand placement of this technique that you know and you like, do that. This is just a simple offering. And then closing down the eyes and find an easy, smooth inhale and exhale through the nose. Coming into this calming breath. Just balancing out the brain, we're going to block the right nostril and inhale through the left. Blocking the left nostril and exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right. Blocking the right nostril and exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left. Block the left nostril and exhale through the right. And you can keep going in this pattern. Find your own rhythm, your own comfortable length of inhales and exhales. Just diving into a few rounds of pranayama here. Nadi Shodhana. Just check that the jaw is still soft. immersing yourself with the sensation of this particular breath pattern. There's approximately 3 to 5 more rounds here to go. You could count a complete round as when you meet your left nostril exhalations. Completing one cycle as you feel yourself exhale through your left nostril. When you come to your next exhalation through your left nostril, just allow both hands to come back down to rest. We're just going to sit quietly for approximately 5 minutes. So as your hands come to rest, to see what it feels like to bring a lot of your focus in a soft way all the way in to the insides of your nasal cavities, the insides of your nostrils, possibly tapping into a heightened amount of sensation from the blocking of the nostrils in Nadi Shodhana. Without straining to focus here, just think about placing your mind in this part of your body, allowing everything else to get quiet on the outer perimeter of that. Thoughts and other things will float through. That's fine. Each time you inhale, you have a sensory support to bring you back to focusing on this part of your body. So we're just going to sit here for a little bit with that idea. Now you're welcome to stay in a meditation if that's what you prefer. Otherwise, we've got some time together here as well to settle into Shavasana. So if that's what you would prefer, then in a slow motion way, just make your way down to the floor, gathering what you need to be comfortable. Might even be that you want to drape a shawl or a blanket over your body to contain your practice and stay warm. Taking up some space with your limbs, closing down the eyes. Just inviting yourself into a state of rest for a few minutes. Effortless rest. Starting to take some deeper breaths, inviting a little bit of movement into the body. Might be small, it might be a big stretch. Take your time. Move in an intuitive way. And then very slowly we're going to come and find our way back upright in an upright seat. If you started the practice with the hands on the body, you could come back to that as a nice way of sealing in. Just noticing how you're feeling. Your inner state as well as your physical state. And bringing the hands into prayer. Closing your own practice here. Namaste.